Hey, and welcome to another edition of What's Hot Washington, your source for all things hot in and around D.C. I'm April Watts, and in this segment, a local company called the Green Buzz Agency takes new approaches to marketing and communications. According to this savvy bunch, what's next is what's hot. Check it out.
Okay, so I started Green Buzz Agency a couple of years ago. It's a full-service video production company. We do corporate video production. And to drum up business for something that was new, I needed to go to a lot of networking events, a lot of conferences, and I was honestly very bored at them. And so, one day I was just like, I know I can do a better conference. I know I can get more activity, more actual individualized learning. And so I sat down with Paul Williams from Idea Sandbox, and we had a couple marathon coffee sessions, 4 or 5 hours long. We talked about everything we like and don't like, and we really tried to focus on getting some individualized strategy for all the attendees, because that's the most important person.
I think they've been wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It is different than a few of the other conferences I've been to, which have been a little more redundant and vague, and I think it's really interesting to hear a lot of the new stuff coming up.
Coming here and seeing how you marry the marketing techniques that have been tried and true with evolving technology, and you have to keep abreast of what's going on. So we saw a lot of things of what's going on in Europe, what's going on in Asia, and you have to look global, and you compare what are we doing here, how can we start preparing for what's coming down the line.
Today is important because there are a lot of people trying to figure out, how do I leverage some of these new tools that are out there? There's mobile, there's social, a lot of new platforms, a lot of new channels that they can communicate with their target audiences, but how do I do this effectively? How do I really have return on some of these initiatives that we have in-house? We have a Facebook page, but for a lot of companies, they're realizing that's just not enough. So we help them develop comprehensive strategies that cover all of those channels with the right tactics in place to really drive awareness, drive leads, or again, whatever that goal is. And then at the end, we analyze the feedback. What's working well, we do more of it. What's not working as well, we do less.
The truth is that everybody wants to know what's next, right? Everybody wants to know what's the next big thing. I mean, there have been so many stories about how, well, Twitter is dead and Facebook is dead and what's coming next. I don't know that it's a question any of us can really answer with any degree of certainty, because in 2004, if you'd said, well, Twitter is going to take over the world, nobody would have believed it. But it's certainly very interesting for a conference to kind of serve as a lab almost of what people think the marketing communications area is where that area is going and how we should be best utilizing our resources.
If you really, really work hard at it and you use social media, people will know you exist. And I know plenty of people here at the conference today who are, 1-2 person businesses, and that's how they get clients. I know some of the biggest clients I've had are someone that saw me tweet something and said, I really liked your tweet, and I ended up back at your website. I reached out to you, and then the process began. And so that's how I myself was using social media. So if I can do it, I'm sure everyone else can too.
Well, that does it for this edition of What's Hot Washington. For more about what's going down in your town, log on to WHWWeb.com.